Good morning. I love this time of year. I love the precursor to spring. And when everything starts budding and popping, I think this is a great time. I think most times of the year are awesome. But I think this is kind of special. It just smells different, Bonus points actually if anyone can guess or tell me what that plant was that I showed right at the beginning, the one with the buds that are just about to pop. So today I want to share with you a little bit about a life experience of mine and how that ties into the verse that I've been focused on today, dwelling on and thinking about. So I heard a quote actually today from this guy whose name is Mike Tyson. And if you don't know who Mike Tyson is, he's an ex-heavyweight boxing champion. And he was asked one time before a fight with against a guy named Evander Holyfield. I don't know if it was the notorious fight where he actually bit a bit of Evander's ear off, but nevertheless, it was right before this fight, and a reporter asked him about fighting strategy and what he kind of predicted would happen, and Mike responds to the reporter's question and says, "Everyone has a game plan until he gets punched in the mouth." And I was thinking about that quote. I heard it kind of in a different context, but I was thinking about that quote and how, in a lot of ways, we all have our own game plans, and then something happens that you don't expect. Or something happens that even if you planned for it, it's just so shocking that your game plan kind of gets thrown out the window. And I was thinking about how in life, sometimes we get thrown punches that we don't expect. Or even if we do expect them, we get hit with it in such a way that the feeling is shocking and kind of throws us off balance. And I was thinking about a couple of times in my life when I've, in a way kind of felt like I got punched in the face. Like one of those times would have been when my dad passed away. And I was, just starting university, sort of on the cusp of adulthood and looking into my future at all of these, new experiences, but also big life changes and decisions. And I think prior to that, I had a bit of a plan for my life, but that event kind of threw everything off balance. It was, I guess, in a way, my proverbial punch to the face or to the mouth. So thinking about life and just how unexpected things come along, or things that might throw you off balance, or even just things that you didn't plan for. Maybe they're things that you did plan for or thought maybe one day this could happen, but when it does happen, it throws you off balance. And so I was kind of dwelling and thinking on that, and what does it look like when we're given that or we're facing maybe a situation like that. And I think there's this awesome passage in James chapter 1 that really gives us a good perspective on all of this. I know I talked a little bit about praying when you're anxious, or praying when things go different or awry, but in James chapter 1 verses 2 and 3, it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." I thought that was crazy, thinking about, these trials that you might face in your life, these things that go not according to plan, and considering it pure joy. It's one thing to be okay with it, or to be at peace with something that is unexpected, but to consider it pure joy when you face a trial, I think that's a different kind of response altogether. And so I was thinking about that time, when my dad passed, and how that's changed my life, and how it's been hard and difficult at times. But looking back, can I consider it pure joy? That's tough. I've definitely seen the positives in it in a lot of different ways, but it's definitely taken time to gain that perspective. In James, it goes on to say, let perseverance, in the next verse, even in verse 4 there, it says, let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So when trials come, yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it feels like we can never get past it. But in that trial and through that experience, and being able to, rely on God, develop skills, and trust in Him to help pull us through, that experience gives us a wisdom that is something that you can't really gain if everything goes according to plan. So you'll gain this wisdom, and then you, in a kind of a really cool and special way, can help others who are maybe struggling with the same thing to get through that. So when I think about, this time in my life when it was tough, and losing my dad, even looking back at that time, I know that everything that I experienced and the ways that God helped to kind of pull me through that, all of that has accounted to bring me a sense of wisdom, and so I would consider it joy that I had the opportunity to experience that, and to be faced with this challenge, because as much as it was really hard, it also helped to develop me, and so I thank God for that. Consider it pure joy. That is a huge challenge, but it's what I'm going to place on your plate today. So if there's a trial or maybe a difficulty, or even just an unforeseen circumstance that's come your way, I challenge you to even just consider it. Consider the idea of considering it pure joy. So I hope that you have a good time with God today, that you have a great day, and that He blesses you in everything that you do. So take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.